the jokes have been made. Texas Tech, because of the whole Pat Mahomes. That's not going to happen. Where will Dylan Raiola play his final year of eligibility?
It's just throwing spaghetti at the wall.
I love it. That's why I love it.
There's no rhyme or reason behind these. We want to start out with our wheel route question, where we just kind of look around the greater world of college football and say, hey, okay, what's the big storyline here? Fear not, we will get to the Michigan coaching search down the line here. But let's start with, and this is brought to you by our friends at the Ohio Sinus Institute. There's some key players in the transfer portal. Some key players already in the transfer portal, and JP, you wanted us to try to find some new homes for them. These quarterbacks.
Yeah. And it's honestly a really quarterback-heavy one. So I think the most glaringly obvious one of the biggest names in the portal right now, Dylan Raiola.
Yeah.
The jokes have been made. Texas Tech, because of the whole Pat Mahomes. That's not going to happen. Where will Dylan Raiola play his final year of eligibility in college football?
First of all, it's not his final year of eligibility.
It's going to be his final year. It's going to be his final year of eligibility.
Secondly, here, let me just say, here's why I don't love these questions, is because it's just throwing spaghetti at the wall.
I love it. That's why I love it.
There's no rhyme or reason behind these. Dylan Raiola, Texas Tech. I don't know. Like, that's my pick.
I think.
I don't know. I mean, it's there's 135 of these teams.
There's like 5 that realistically have a chance, and I know the one that he's going to go to. You're going to hear it first. You're going to hear it first. You're going to hear it first here on the Rivalry Podcast. Are you ready to find out where Dylan Raiola is going to go?
I could barely care less, but sure.
He's going to be a Miami Hurricane.
You think he's going to Miami? Miami does love themselves a transfer portal quarterback.
They love a transfer portal quarterback. Carson Beck is done after this year. Does the Miami lifestyle kind of fit what I feel like his vibe is kind of going for?
Yes, it does. That's not bad.
I think Miami's the fit. I really do. The other option I could see, and I already mentioned this to you, and you said no, Oregon.
No.
I think Oregon. I think Dante Moore leaves for the draft. I think Dan Lanning's going to want to bring in an experienced quarterback. And I think Raiola's going to be a guy that he's going to think. I mean, you've seen their trend with quarterbacks has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think Dan Lanning would chomp at the bits to be able to get that guy.
Sure. And again, this is the thing, is like, there's nothing in me that says, no, that's not going to happen. But you could have named 135 other schools, and I would have said, sure. So I'm looking at this list you gave me, because you're the one making us do this. You gave me the next name you gave me was DJ Lagway.
Yeah. I know where he's going.
I put Arizona State because I know that they're going to need a quarterback. I don't know. I have no rhyme or reason for any of this.
Clemson.
Sure. Why not?
I think this is another scenario. We talked about it way, way back at the beginning of the season, where Clemson started to lose a handful of games. We started to think through, what does this mean for Dabo and his career coaching there? Could this be his last year? We went through all the situations. And one of the key things I said was that would entice Dabo to leave is having to start fresh. He's going to lose a lot of talent after this season. Klubnik's no longer going to be there. What is something that can help redeem that? And I know Dabo's been a guy that's been strongly against the portal, and he's made all those comments and everything. But it feels like Lagway is a guy that could go in there, keep the boat steady for a little bit. He's not like a home run hit, but he's an experienced quarterback that could come in there and that could still bring a little bit of excitement to Clemson without Dabo having to completely start from scratch.
See, DJ Lagway, and maybe it's because his name is also DJ, but like this reminds me of DJU all over again.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, he might kind of be good, but maybe he's not. And maybe he's good, but maybe he's not. Like, that's DJ Lagway.
Yeah.
So, you gave me Sam Levitt.
Uh-huh.
You gave me Sam Levitt, the Arizona State kid, transferring out. He was originally a Michigan State guy, so I'm going to say Michigan State. They need a quarterback.
Ooh, honestly, that's not a bad pick.
I mean, they got a new head coach, which is more than I can say for my boys right now. So, I mean, why not?
Well, I think Indiana. I think Indiana is where he ends up. You've seen it every single season. Cignetti's been the head coach. He's brought in a transfer portal quarterback. Mendoza obviously gone into the draft. It feels like a natural fit. It just feels like a natural fit to me.
Bo Pribula.
I think he goes back to Penn State.
That's what I said.
I know that's weird. I know that sounds weird, but I genuinely think he sees the door open for him to come back to go where he really wanted to be in the first place. I don't think he didn't want to transfer out.
That's the thing, is he was kind of forced into it because Aller was clearly the guy. He had to make a decision. And if now you have the opportunity with a fresh coach, Aller, won't be there. I mean, he'll come back and he'd start.
Yep.
I mean, to me, that's the one that I looked at and said, this actually makes a lot of sense to me. The rest of these, like you'll see in this next one, Aiden Childs, it's just throwing stuff at the wall.
Oh, I know right where these next two are going.
You want to know where Aiden Childs is going?
To the pits?
Eastern Southwest Illinois A&M. Him and Cade McNamara.
Sure. This is back-to-back for me, where they go back to where they started. I think Aiden Childs goes back to Oregon State. Genuinely think that's where he ends up. I know that there's still talent there. I know a lot of people still look at him and see the raw potential. I just don't think he's lived up to any of the hype.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And so I don't see any of these big name programs kind of going after him now. I think his market has shrunk. I know Jonathan Smith obviously not going to be at Oregon State, but I just feel like there's something there that takes him back and he finishes his career there.
And then the last one you gave me here was Nick Marsh, Michigan State, not quarterback, Michigan State wide receiver. Michigan has had a lot of interest. Let me put it this way. Michigan fans have had a lot of interest.
Well, yeah.
Because as much as we want to rag on State, and rightfully so, because they're terrible, he's a great player. He's a really talented kid. So much so I saw folks on the Michigan side making the joke about, having Jordan Marshall and Zach Marshall and Andrew Marsh. And if you added Nick Marsh, you become the law firm of Marsh, Marshall, and Marshall, which is kind of fun. That's kind of fun. He's going to LSU.
Ooh, okay. I don't know if you'll agree with me on this one or not. This guy just reeks of USC to me. He just reeks of it. It feels like they always have that guy that's a really talented, flashy receiver that.
Well, look at Mekhi Lemon, right?
Yeah, should be a bigger household name, he just feels like he fits the bill. They're going to lose Lemon after this season. They're going to need that guy to step up and take that wide receiver one. Jordan Mayava is coming back. He apparently re-signed, which is the new term for this. Jaden, yeah. Apparently he re-signed, which is the new term for just, I decided to go back to school.
Yeah.
Where was that when I was in college?
I did that every Christmas break homeschooling. I had to do that. It's like, I guess I'll stay in this family.
I guess I re-signed, and it's like
weird, man. We're talking about it in therapy now.
Yeah, you with your little hat. So I think they're going to want to keep a weapon for him, and Nick Marsh is just that guy for me.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him out of Michigan State because, again, as much as I didn't, as much as Michigan State has had very little success in recent years against Michigan, I mean, he's a talented player, right? I mean, it's the same thing as when Keon Coleman transferred to Florida State. Mm-hmm. Keon Coleman was the only bright spot of that Michigan State team, and I want to say it was 22, maybe 23, I can't remember, but he was the only bright spot for that team. Mm-hmm. He was 22. And you saw the danger, and then when he went to Florida State, I mean, he showed off because he now has a functional team, and obviously, has done well for himself. Has made it to the league and all that. Nick Marsh feels like a similar category. I'd love for Michigan to go after him. Obviously, Michigan's got a few bigger fish to fry at the moment, unfortunately.
The Rivalry Podcast is part of the Varsity Network from Learfield and the River Podcast Network from River Radio Ministries.
New episodes out every Monday.
Be sure to subscribe, rate, and review wherever you're listening right now, and follow on social media at RivalPod and RivalPod.com.
And if you like what you hear, share with a friend so they can listen too.